Still Josh Home. Oh, that is outstanding.
Sends him into wonderful.
Behind.
Pulling. He's picked for a boner.
Gertz swings the ball in.
Hi guys. Hey. Have you been here before? You've done this one?
Not since you put the scaffold on.
Do you remember where we used to put this? Because the bloke who normally tells me is sort of busy at the moment.
Normally I'd imagine, is it for the benefit of the spectators or the broadcast?
Spectators, I think.
You'd be putting it here then, yeah. It's like a little traffic, yeah.
Yeah, he used to do the walk. I don't know who's supposed to be doing that. So we're very close to doing that.
I guess maybe once they actually set for the pitch, I'll wait a few seconds to make sure that they come back. You have to
Welcome to Football Victoria's coverage of the 2026 Senol NPL Women's Victoria season. Valentine's Day. It's a day for lovers, but it's also a day of new beginnings as the first round of the Victorian Women's Top Flight continues. A day which will see Alamein, a club that has been part of every season of the NPLW since its foundation in 2016, taking the field against one of the newest sides to stake their claim at this level, Avondale FC, coming off the back of an invincible title-winning campaign in the VPLW in 2025, now stepping up with their sights on even greater things in 2026. My name is Joey Lynch. Thank you ever so much for joining us today on the NPL Victoria YouTube page, no matter where you happen to be it here in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, or indeed anywhere around the world. It is my great pleasure to be joined on the broadcast on this lovely afternoon in Melbourne's inner east by Emma Burke, 50% of the Dubcast women's football journalist. Emma, new season, always a lot of fun. Looking forward to today.
Yeah, very much so. I think this is going to be a really exciting game between two really exciting teams. Lots of familiar faces on both sides of the pitch as well. I cannot wait to see how this one unfolds.
Indeed, Alamein, they're always good value. Just missed out on the playoffs by 3 points last season. It was really back-to-back defeats in the third and penultimate rounds of the campaign that sunk them. As both sides prepare to just take a moment here before kickoff. Pause alongside them. Observed moment's silence here at Dorothy West Labour Reserve as round one of the campaign, the opening game of these two sides' campaign, inches ever closer for the hosts who are huddling up. They're going to make Avondale skipper Gulchan Janitsaris wait a little bit. Olivia Cohen starts in goal. Skipper Estelle Bugis in front of her. Chinatsu Shadara, Anna Leakopoulos, Jess Shilton, Dakota Tyson, Savannah Anastasopoulos, Summer Lasky, the new American signing, Emma Runnels, Zoe Horton, and Neve Dustin. For Avondale, the 11 that has the honour of being the Avengers' first ever starting lineup in the NPL Women's Victoria. Brooke Bennett, Georgia Trainer, Cameron Barrero, pick up from Heidelberg, Isabella Ricardo, Matilda's legend, Elise Cullen-Knight, pretty handy player to have in the midfield, Sydney Allen, Aska Miata, Beatty Goad, another former Matilda, Gulchan Janitsaris, Turkish international, so not just former Matildas on the pitch for Avondale today, Alyssa Smith and Lavinia Andriopoulos. Dale Donnelly is the coach of Avondale. John Kyrgios, well-known figure in Victorian football, is in charge of Alamein. And, well, obviously, Emma, a lot of focus on the more high-profile players fielded by Avondale today. They very high-profile names, and they're not even at full strength. Missing Hannah Wilkinson, the former New Zealand international, and Korea Aquino. But some pretty big names, and those will come with no doubt big expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be very fun to see Callan Knight play football again, for me at least. I don't know how much fun Alamein are going to have with that. We'll find out.
We will find out. Over 100 international caps on the field, senior international caps on the field for Avondale. Admittedly, about 115 of them are at least Callan Knights. Sydney Allen standing over the ball for the Avengers. Pick up from the Bentley Greens, and as is the new fashion, it's basically a gridiron-style punt. Elise Callan Knight gets it away, and the 2026 Senol NPL Women's Victoria season, for these two sides at least, is underway. And the pressing of Sydney Allen is going to win Avondale. An early throw-in, just putting Jess Shilton under a bit of distress. Trainer hurls the ball in for the Avengers. Smith was battling for it. And free kick will go the way of Alamein. So as I was saying, Alamein just missing out the playoffs by 3 points last season. Ended up finishing 6th. However, that was their highest points per game total and most wins in a campaign since they last played finals football back in 2019 under Cat Smith when they finished 3rd. So building something are Alamein. They've got a lot of continuity in their squad this season as that ball is hurled in. Nodded on, some early defending to do for Avondale. And Brooke Bennett gets a touch. Bennett now in her 2nd campaign with Avondale, having signed ahead of the 2025 campaign from Ringwood City. Kiwi keeper. Miata has had a pocket picked there. Neve Dustin causing a bit of mischief and, well, speculative, but not all the worst effort in the world, was it, Emma? And, well, early signs from Alamein, that good early press.
Yeah, it's very... it's a strong press that they're pulling up, which you probably have to do against a side like this. But we're back into play now.
Battling forward in the midfield, Elise Callan Knight will get a touch, scanning. Looks for Beatty Goad, perhaps just maybe a little under hit, and that allowed Estelle Mujas to come across and put the ball out. Be a throw in for Camberero. A couple of former Heidelberg players on the pitch, Aska Miata as well, crossing over from the Burgers side that won the premiership in 2025. One ball looped forward, knocked clear. Anastasopoulos cuts inside, looking for options. Tried to just thread the eye of a needle. Was looking for Runnels. It's picked out. And that's going to roll out for an Avondale throw-in. Taken quickly. Niakopoulos spied Summer Lasky. Lasky on the left peg. One of those cross-come shot moments. Could have found a teammate. Could have snuck inside that far post. Alas for Alamein. Just goes across the face of goal. But again, moving the ball quickly and just looking to catch maybe Avondale unawares in these early stages. A real sense of urgency.
Yeah, you can see how hard they're pushing to get something in these early few minutes of the game, just to see if they can cause a bit of disruption before Avondale can get a bit settled in.
It's Gulchan Janet Saras had to hustle and bustle the ball away, but support eventually arrived. Sydney Allen's ball central finds only Jadara. Not the best touch from the central defender, but Alamein at least can win possession back, albeit under a lot of pressure. All ricochets of Lavinia Andriopoulos. Another new addition. She's crossed over from FC Bulleen Lions. Mostly played for the 20s. One of the younger signings that Avondale prioritised during the off-season. Summer Lasky, again down the left. That's a good ball in. Well, the wind, in these early stages, it's blowing from left to right for those watching on the broadcast. And I'm just looking at how some of these balls from Lasky are just sailing across the face of goal. Maybe a friendlier breeze and it's 2-0 Alamein.
Maybe. They're definitely holding up in the wind, which you can kind of see just then.
Big collision in the midfield, and it will see a free kick sent the way of Asker Miata. I know you watch a lot of Heidelberg. Yes. Asker Miata, for those unaware, just how good of a pickup is that for Avondale?
Very, very good. She's a very good prospect in the midfield. She manages to keep the ball kind of glued to her feet when she has it, which is very irritating for everyone else. Probably see her do it. Yeah.
Sydney Allen has been played through. If she can get there, she cannot. Olivia Cohen had to be aware of the danger, and she was. Love to see a goalkeeper wearing a cap, baseball cap. We've got both of them wearing them today.
It is very sunny.
Very sunny here. Early February kickoff for the season. Enjoy these summerish days before the grind of winter arrives and it's 6 degrees and raining in the middle of July. As the offside flank comes to the aid of Avondale. We go back all the way to Bennett, Janet Saris. Barrero advancing forward, finding Sydney Allen. Sydney Allen, former two-time Golden Boot winner with Alamein. Moved to Bentley in 2025 and now signing with the Avengers, the American. He's become a real stalwart of this Victorian competition as Beattie Goad arriving to apply the pressure. And she'll be offside and the flag does indeed get raised. You can just see, quick as a flash, Beattie Goad there to cause a bit of mischief in.
Yeah, she always has been a long-time player in the A-League Women's before recently retiring because
she's smarter than all of us.
Saving the world in the medical field, apparently.
University of Melbourne, medicine. Of course, as mentioned, season in the Senol NPL Women's Victoria competition did kick off last night with 3 games. Box Hill, the defending champions, going down 3-1 to Essendon. Kelly McGrawty with a brace for the Royals. Bentley Greens, well, the good news for Bentley was that opens the scoring against South Melbourne, only for South Melbourne to score 5 in response.
South Melbourne will do that to you.
Raquel Doralis with a brace for Hellas as they target a return to finals football. And then in the other game, Spring Hills, in their second campaign in the top flight after being promoted, they drew 1-1 with newly promoted Keilor Park. Bit of a demolition derby there. Eventually sees Alamein come up with it. Runnels to Shadara. Her pass is picked out by Barrero. Cam Barrero gets it across to Beattie Goad. She's looking for options in the middle. Alamein doing a good job of just getting bodies on anybody wearing white in the centre of the park. So Avondale will look to build through Miata, who got it to Goad. She swarmed. Burgess, the skipper, coming away with it. Horton just unable to wrangle that one in, and Avondale will continue to apply the pressure. Barrero, ball in her hands. Gets it back from Allen. Smith, on a teammate. Alamein, can they build out? We've seen a good counter press from Avondale in these early stages. Janet Saris with the header. Can't find a teammate. Neokopoulos trying to play the 1-2. Avondale got a body into Anastasopoulos. The hosts do pick up the scraps. Lasky can't bring it in. Miata can scan, has a bit of time. Goad. Allen. No options to her left. Has to hold the ball up. Kellen Knight, first time ball put into space. Andriopoulos given something to chase, but just a bit too much underneath that one, and it's going to be an Alamein throw. Again, I'm going to come down the left, Alamein, but that one put well out of reach of Samalaski. Has shown her pace, however, in these early stages. Samalaski, as well as that left boot of hers. California native. Played college ball at Long Beach State. She's joining Alamein after playing with Wellington United last season. Got 12 goals in the New Zealand National League. Trailed only her teammate, Maggie Jenkins. So a handy pickup for Alamein. Do have a good record of strikers here at Alamein over the years, don't they?
They do, yes.
A-League women alumni like, I think, Melina Ayres spent a season at Alamein. Hannah Keane of Western United fame. Of course, Sydney Allen, who's now playing for Avondale. So that one's headed clear at the top of the box. Punted forward. Lasky's there. Ricardo trying to stand her up onto the right peg. Lasky, we've seen her use her left boot to whip some dangerous looking balls in. That one maybe not as precise. Showing off a bit of ambidexterity with the feet. The American, Miata. Couldn't bring it in, and then, well, Shadara. Can't win the raffle if you don't buy a ticket, but that one a bit wide. It's a bit of an arm wrestle in these early stages. Em, you feel anybody's beginning to take a grips of the game, or still up for grabs?
I think it's definitely still up for grabs. It looked like Alamein were, like I was saying before, trying to take the sting out of it early, but they seem to have given Avondale a bit too much time now, and they're settling in well.
Maybe signs of that early press as Bennett opts to go long. Ball whipped in, cleared away by the hosts. Stasopoulos just all over the back of Andriopoulos. Eventually it comes out and it's spread across to the right. Horton wings it in. Decent delivery in, just over the head of Lasky. The punch away only as far as Burgess. And eventually the ball is skied high and out for a goal kick. Avondale maybe not having as easy a time building the ball up from the back line as they would have hoped in these early stages. Alamein, whilst unable to win the ball back, get a body in and give away a free kick that will afford them an opportunity to get numbers behind the ball. Kellen Knight opts to leave it behind. Our referee just advises Avondale that he'd like play to resume now. We set up the touchline. Another throw in for the Avengers. So they gain a fair chunk of territory. Barrero to Miata. First time ball around the corner looking for Goad. Didn't reach her. Tyson has the ball stolen away from her. And Andriopoulos, much to the chagrin of Tyson, has won a free kick kick for her side in an intriguing area. It's a long way out, Em, but Beattie Goad and Elise Keller Knight are standing over the ball.
Yeah. If there
Sydney
is
Allen as well.
Yeah, it's a decent distance, but someone like Kellen Knight could easily make this. But she's electing to leave it off. Both of them are leaving it off, actually, I think.
Beattie Goad
Nope,
maybe
Beattie
on the
Goad
left
lines
peg.
up.
Oh, it's Beattie Goad looking for a teammate, and she had one, but then the flag immediately goes up when Ocado touched the ball. So maybe a bit something off the training track there.
Wouldn't have minded seeing any of them actually take it directly on.
As far as it is round one, you've been doing nothing but pre-season for several weeks. Spending all that time working on your set pieces and the like, you want to see if they work. Be a bit shorter pre-season this campaign than most of the sides are used to. The expansion of the competition means that we're starting earlier alongside, for the first time, the men's league. So 14 teams competing in the Senol NPL Women's Victoria this season. Avondale and Kickoff Park promoted. Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory. New entrants, expansion sides, the academies of the 2A League women's sides. Brunswick Juventus relegated. And the Bentley Greens granted a reprieve from their relegation by the closure of the FV Academy program that coincided with the entrance of the academy sides. Good to see the continued growth of the women's top flight. Brought in promotional relegation a few years ago and now growing in number. More football. It's always what we like to see as Avondale trying to break down a wall of dark blue shirts. Barrero! Well, I think Olivia Cohen just had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Just wondering where that ball went.
Yeah, she looks very concerned still in goals. After that one, it seems the ball kind of squeezed out of her hands, but luckily only up and over crossbar. So we'll see our first corner kick of the game.
Our first corner, indeed.
Going the way of Avondale with Sydney Allen to deliver the ball.
Over on that left-hand attacking side, looks like it will be Sydney Allen with the responsibilities for it when she removes a few cones. Decent delivery to the top of the 6-yard box. It was a big pack. Beattie Goad comes through. Cohen just is able to reach across and get a hand on it. Scrambled away from Alamein. Keller Knight leaves it for Janet Saras. Her pass intended for Andriopoulos, just over the youngster's head. Headed back from whence it came by Avondale. And again, this time it goes centrally though. Dustin bundled over as she headed the ball. Goad coming up with it. Flick over the top of her head by Andriopoulos. And that's going to be a free kick awarded against Georgia Traynor. Dogs in the background. Dorothy Westlaver Reserve getting a walk on the track behind our broadcasting position. Dog-friendly pitch here at dog-friendly facility, I should say. Don't put your dogs on the pitch, but dog-friendly facility here at Dorothy Westlaver Reserve. They're advertising free dog biscuits for people coming down. Janet Saras, good ball around the corner. Found the teammate very well, Andriopoulos there. Janet Saras again for Miata, scans. There you go, that's what you're talking about, Em. Just ball on a string. Now Barrero gets the ball from Ocado into a bit of a brick wall. Keller Knight's ball around the corner, picked out. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Avengers as Alamein coach John Kyrgios gets a touch. Kellen Knight trying to spring Sydney Allen into space, picked out by Shadara. Kellen Knight. Smith. Alyssa Smith. There's a bit of time. It's eventually shut down by Anastasopoulos. Trainer. Has picked out. Anastasopoulos shakes off the defender. Has some real estate to run into. Trying to turn on the Jets and beat Janet Saris. But Janet Saris using every bit of that veteran now to just slow her down. Anastasopoulos, though, has done very well to just keep the play alive, and whilst the ball will eventually be put out by Trainer, the Avondale Alamein attacker, I should say, has won her side a throw-in and given her side the opportunity to get numbers forward. Just Shilton hurls the ball towards the penalty area. Miata just skies it out. So another throw-in. It will be Shilton again to take. And this one, you have to imagine, Em will be hurled as close to the 6-yard box as she can.
For sure. Yeah, very long throw.
Just to Shadara. Alamein unable to properly penetrate the Avondale penalty area, but they are retaining possession up until that moment. Commentators curse. They're going to get it back. Are we going to get a touch? No. Straight into the scoreboard in front of our broadcast position here at Dorothy West Labour Reserve. Smith turns and sends it to the left, but Stelmpu just steamrolling her way through, flicking it on. Somolaski appeals for her offside one up. We'll see if the flag goes up when she touches it. It stays down. And the American has won her side a corner.
Very impressive play there from Alamein, with Bridges just kind of storming her way through. Decided she'd had enough of this lack of progression from Alamein. Decided she'd do it herself.
Leadership from the captain. Captain's initiative. As Alamein will get themselves a corner. Dangerous looking one. Into the 6-yard box. Avengers unable to properly clear their lines. Ball came back in. Anastasopoulos in the vicinity before she can properly send it towards goal. Bennett coming out to claim it as her own. Leokopoulos puts her boot through it. Kellen Knight trying to just play it into the path of Barrero. Her and Runnels had it coming together, and it will be an Alamein free kick. So just probably a period of the game and where Alamein is shading it, just preventing Avondale from properly building up and creating a few attacks.
Yeah, they're doing well to be disruptive anywhere they can, and it's really paying off for them.
There's a big pack forms atop in the penalty area. Free kick whipped in. Headed central. Shadara was in an offside position. So if she had been able to get that header on target, it would not have counted. Doesn't score often, Shadara. She has scored for Alamein in the past, but got forward on that occasion. Smith seeing a bit more of the ball in these last few exchanges. Triopoulos put the ball behind Allen, and that's going to allow Alamein to come up with it, but they can't kick the ball in. to Bennett, Gulcan Janitsaris, the skipper. Has Lasky for company. So she'll go to Elise Kellen-Knight. Goad, first time ball to Barrero. Back to Goad. Monstered from behind by Estelle Burgess. And Burgess does well to just put the ball out for a throw in just inside Avondale's half of the pitch. Niasa to Allen. They'll just try to construct something. Smith knocks it forward, but it's off target. And much more comfortable and confident collection from Cohen than that long-range effort a few minutes ago. Probably important for the keeper to just get your hands on a few balls after that one and just get a feel for it.
Definitely, definitely.
Olivia Cohen in a second season with Alamein after signing in from the Casey Comets in 2025. Then also spent some time with Box Hill in the past. Andriopoulos brought down, winning aside a free kick. Trainer maybe thought about taking it quickly, but she will defer to Elise Kellen-Knight. Teeing up something on that left boot of hers. The arm goes up, the ball comes in. It's a good delivery. Will spill out, Smith is there. But an infringement has been found in the preceding action. Just trying to see who that is from our broadcasting position. Might be Emma Runnels, who's back to her feet after that heavy collision, but she did her job. Won the ball for her side. Allen comes forward with the press, forces the quick pass out to Shilton. Lasky around the corner, only finds Asker Miasa. Goes. Couldn't find the run of Kellen-Knight. Bit of space maybe for Alamein to exploit in transition, but getting in the road was Accardo. Smith has her pocket picked. Runnels sends the ball down the right. Horton cannot find a teammate. High ball booted forward. Andriopoulos is going to give chase. And almost played through by Sydney Allen, but Olivia Cohen off her line. Command in her box before sending it to Shidara. Estelle Burgess has her pocket picked by Beattie Goad. Gets it to Kellen-Knight. Falls to Smith at the top of the box. Mr. Smith collects. Andriopoulos trying to combine with her. 19-year-old tried to poke it to Miasa. Alamein comes up with it, and now there's a lot of space to exploit here. Summer Lasky battling Janitsaris. The American let on the left boot. Wouldn't have counted as the flag goes up, and you could see in the build-up for that one, Summer Lasky, she was wanting the ball played probably a couple of seconds earlier than when it eventually did.
Still, it's a very good play. You can see exactly what they're trying to execute there, Alamein. And if given any more opportunities to try that kind of play, I don't see why it won't work out for them the next few times.
Barrero Barrero got the ball to Kellen Knight, who was made to pay for it, but won the free kick. Where do you think this ranks for Kellen Knight, Emma? She's, debut in the Senol NPL Women's Victoria, up there. Olympics, World Cup, A-League Women, somewhere around there, or maybe a bit lower?
Maybe above Olympics, lower than World Cup.
Maybe. I've been very fortunate to have a number of former Matildas play their trade in Senol NPL Women's Victoria competition over the years. Of course, Beattie Goad on the field with Kellen Knight. Emma Checker spent some time with Alamein. Of course, last season with Preston before retiring. Emma Checker. Miata is brought down, and that's going to be a free kick for Avondale.
That's the other very good thing about Asika Miata, is that she is very much a magnet to a foul call, and she will win them every time.
See what Avondale can do with this set piece opportunity. You've got Sydney Allen standing over it, Barrero in support. Allen's delivery headed clear. Andriopoulos got there first. Cardo whips it in. Allen is there, takes a touch, pokes at goalward, couldn't make proper contact under significant pressure, and it is fallen upon by Olivia Cohen. Sydney Allen scored 23 goals for Alamein during her 3 seasons with the club. Just calls for a bit of karma from the referee there.
Starting to get a bit fiery on the pitch, matching the weather. I'm sure Alamein are feeling it a bit more in their dark uniforms that's soaking up this sun.
Janet Saras got the ball to Smith, bundled off it fairly by Savannah Anastasopoulos. Cleared away. Foot race is now on. Zoe Horton busted a gut and got there first, only for the sliding challenge from Akano to come in. And much to her disagreements, let's just say, it's going to be an Avondale throw-in. All that effort just from Avondale to get the throw-in, she must be thinking.
At least you can say she's committed.
It's round 1, you can't say fatigue's an issue.
No.
Nice little touch from Andriopoulos. Anastasopoulos pokes it forward. Somalaski's there, and she's going to ask the question. And Bennett's answer is to just go long as quick as possible. Glances off the head of Analia Kopoulos, but plenty of time for Cohen to collect. Kopoulos to Anastasopoulos. Stolen by Trainer. Only got it as far as Shelton. Lasky and Janitsaris resume their battle. The Avondale skipper wins that exchange. Cardo to Barrero, close down quickly, kept her head. Janitsaris has time, wanted Allen, who she gets, got to the ball in front of Shadara. Shadara did well to hold her up. Numbers got back behind her. Horton keeps it in for a few metres at least. Surrendering the ball to Avondale. Deep on the Avengers attacking left flank. Another opportunity to tee something up. That's one of the things Avondale maybe not blessed with. Them. Not a lot of height in the penalty area for them. Missing Hannah Wilkinson.
Hannah Wilkinson would be the target of every single opportunity in this situation. But yes, unfortunately is missing from today.
For a good reason. Brother's getting married.
Fair enough, fair enough. I can understand why that might take precedent.
Allen sends it in. Whoa.
See, that's why I was asking for them to take the shot direct on before.
So you think that was a shot? That wasn't a cross that got away from her?
I think she should claim that one as a shot, because that was a very, very nice ball, and it was very, very close to making an impact on the scoreboard.
Alas for Avondale, their search for their first ever goal in the NPL Women's Victoria top flight continues. Alamein's hunt for their first in... Well, no, it is their 10th season. They played their first game in 2016, albeit we did lose a couple of campaigns to COVID. And the flag will once again frustrate Alamein, Savannah Anastasopoulos. Just straying the wrong side of the line. Those goals weren't exactly a problem for Avondale last season. They scored 137 in their 22 wins during the regular season.
That's quite a few goals.
6.2 per game. Conceded 0.5 per game. Having said that, Madison Steiner scored 57 of them. Korea Aquino scored 47 of them. Neither of them playing today for Avondale.
Unfortunately for them, they're going to have to look at other options, of which there are plenty.
There are plenty, albeit no player scored double-digit goals for Avondale other than those two last season. Beatty Goad looking for Miata. Angle's not quite working out for that one. They have got themselves a corner. Again, it's going to be Sydney Allen to take on that left-hand attacking flank. Janet Saras has come forward for Avondale, as has Ricardo. So, a couple of centre-backs up there. Cleared away. It was a dangerous corner once more. Top of the box, Miasa. Just getting underneath that one.
And that one's going all the way out, possibly into the river.
Maybe if you were to be incredibly picky with the game of Asker Miasa last season, and goals weren't too free-flowing, were they?
No, but it's probably a good thing that's the only sort of thing you can kind of say.
And she did have Sawa Matsuda to set up,
yeah.
so
She kind of didn't need to be too hard on the goal front.
on that occasion, just maybe showing that that's maybe another part of her game that she can bring up. She doesn't have many. You could say that for. Contest in the middle of the park, maybe split 50-50 in the end. Avondale pick up the scraps. Andriopoulos to Kellen Knight, Miasa. Goad wants it, didn't get it. Ball instead was sent back to Andriopoulos. Couldn't find her, and Leokopoulos will just escort it over the line for a goal kick.
Definitely the right choice there for her to give her side the chance to sort of reset and restart.
As we see the Avondale pressing structure, it's Kellen Knight stepping up to make it a sort of 4-4-2 out of possession. Ball is looped forward. Stell Bugis. To a teammate in the form of Zoe Horton. Ball sent in. Dangerous looking one. Janet Saras got a touch. Needed a teammate to help her out. Andriopoulos did. Andriopoulos gets it back from Goad. Sends it back to Goad. Barrero. First time ball. The cry for a switch came from the dugout. And that was the move. But Kellen Knight just sent too far away from her. Opportunity now, though, for Alamein. They're getting a bit of numbers forward, and there is space behind Avondale's line if they can pick that pass. And just clear it away, though. Sydney Allen. Kellen Knight has Goad on the left. Instead looks central. Didn't see an option, so then the ball goes to Goad. Numbers getting back for Alamein. Behind the ball, Goad shakes one. Couldn't shake the second, so she goes to Kellen Knight. Good first time ball in. Allen is there. It's going to spill. And Andriopoulos came on her in a flash, and she just couldn't turn it goalward.
Yeah, very positive play there for Avondale. Unfortunate for
Andriopoulos
that she couldn't find the right ball there, but difficult to get the correct sort of touch on a ball coming in that way.
Lavinia Andriopoulos, probably the least heralded of that front four for Avondale. But certainly seeing a lot of the ball in this opening game of the 2026 Senol NPL Women's Victoria campaign. Horton coming forward for Alamein, whipping it, trying to catch Brooke Bennett napping at the near post, but she was aware, made a strong claim. Miasa plays the ball into space, gives Beattie Goad something to chase. Foot race between her and Stell Bugis. They arrive simultaneously. The Alamein skipper getting a foot in to send it out. Throw in taken relatively quickly. Kellen Knight goes back to Barrero. She in turn goes back to Ricardo. Bella Ricardo coughs the ball up. Samalaski. Ball sent clear of her, but there to pick up the scraps is Emma Ronalds. Kellen Knight, calm and collected, just knocks the ball back to her side's advantage. Ronalds was aware there, just jumped on it. Maybe a bit too casual from Avondale, but they're not going to get punished on that one. You think it's probably going to take a while for Avondale. They've done the pre-season, they'll have know what they're getting into, but at the same time, the pace of the game at a VPLW level compared to a Senol NPL Women's Victoria level, it's going to be a jump up and take some getting used to, isn't it?
It is a bit of a lift.
Well, Horton again. Oh, that was a dangerous cross in, but just no one there to meet it.
She's been very, very dangerous for them on that very far side. Quite a few balls getting whipped in from the right flank, but unfortunately hasn't been able to find a player or has sent the ball straight into the keeper. But there's a chance now. Alamein, unfortunately, Runnels unable to get onto that ball. But we're back with Bugius now. Turned over. Bouncing back and forth in the midfield a bit here, but Horton will pick up the stray ball. No flag lifted, ball whipped in. Comes back, shot, goal! That's your opening goal for Alamein. Scored by Savannah Anastopoulos. Right in the middle of the box. And it was a really well-finished shot. So exciting that it's brought the keeper all the way down to celebrate as well. Great stuff from Alamein, the home team. And they'll reset just before the end of this first half. Don't know if I was expecting that. Joey, were you?
Well, they had been asking the question, as you were talking about, continuing to get balls down the flanks. We saw it first down the left flank early in the opening stanza. There's Samalaski, and then Zoe Horton increasingly growing into this game, and they kept asking the question, getting the ball in the right areas, and eventually spills out Savannah Anastasopoulos. She got 3 goals for Alamein back in the 2025 campaign, and she's opened her account in the opening game of the 2026 one.
We've just had the fourth official indicate there'll be 1 minute of time added on.
So real potential for a dagger there for Alamein just before the halftime break. If you're Avondale, you're thinking maybe you're heading into the dressing room at 0-0. Get some instructions from Coach Del Donnelly, reset. But then Alamein pop up and finally get their reward for these dangerous looking balls into the penalty area. It was sweetly struck from Anastasopoulos right into the top corner of the net. Can't blame Brooke Bennett for not being able to get to that one.
No, there wasn't really anything she could do at that point.
There's Runnels now, tries to send something up the touchline, picked out by Biddy Goad. All up for grabs in the middle of the park, but that is where it will end. So after the opening 45 minutes of these two sides, Senol NPL Women's Victoria 2026 campaigns, it is Alamein that hold a 1-0 lead, wrought just before the half-time break by Savannah Anastasopoulos. Getting in the right spot at the right time to pounce on it and sends that ball into the top corner. Alamein giving as good as they've gotten, going in with a 1-0 lead. They'll probably feel they deserve.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if it'll help cool their heads a little bit coming back into the second half after how fiery we got at a point there during the first. But there's definitely still room for Avondale to work their way back into this game, for sure.
So Avondale in an unfamiliar position of trailing in a league game heading into the halftime break. They'll go to the sheds and get some further instructions from the coach and staff. Should set up a bumper second stanza here on the NPL Victoria YouTube page. To be sure to join us on the other side, about 10-15 minutes. You'll have the countdown clock for Time Company telling you exactly when for all the second half action. Welcome back, one and all, to the second stanza of this opening round clash in the Senol NPL Women's Victoria competition between Alamein and Avondale. If you are just joining us, it is the hosts, Alamein, that will start this second half with a 1-0 lead, delivered in thundering fashion thanks to Savannah Anastasopoulos' top bins goal straight into where the Spiders live, just on the stroke of half-time. Two changes made by Avondale at the half-time break. Lavinia Andriopoulos has made way, replaced by fresh off the plane Sloane Young, the American import, only landed from Florida yesterday, and now she is playing in the women's top flight here in Victoria. And Zoe Horton has that attempted pass steered away, and Cameron Barrero in her debut for Avondale after signing from Heidelberg. She has made way, replaced by Asia Claridge. So my name is Joey Lynch. Thank you ever so much for joining us for this second half on the NPL Victoria YouTube page. Once again, my absolute pleasure to be joined up here in the commentary gantry by Emma Burke. Emma, what are you expecting to see from this second 45? Alamein kicking away or Avondale pegging them back?
I think Avondale will definitely lift. I think they'll have to now that they've had their first sort of taste of NPLW football. But I don't imagine Alamein will be letting their lead get taken from them so easily as they look to push forward again.
Yes. Horton just got a body into the newly introduced Claridge. Kellen Knight trying to knock it away. A lot of navy blue shirts around her. Miata on the chest, tried to boot it forward. Got underneath it. Claims it back, combining with Beatty Goad. Beatty Goad, oh, great touch from Goad to take it away from Estelle Burgess. Kellen Knight, close control. Miata had it poked away from her though. Shadara knocks it forward. Kellen Knight can't bring it down, but she had support behind her. Goad. Stood up by Estelle Burgess. Foot race is on. Shilton against Goad. Shilton gets there first.
You've got to be very careful not to let Beatty Goad get away from you. She is very, very quick down the line.
Niata battling with her marker. Kellen Knight comes in to claim it as her own. Goad has it knocked away. Avondale throwing right in front of our broadcast position here on the halfway line. Just wind, I think, took that one past at least Kellen Knight. Burgess' throw sent central off the head of Ronalds. Askamiata brings it down. Pass to the feet of Kellen Knight. Tries to dink it up, looking for the run of the newly introduced Sloane Young. Tried to split the defence, but they did well to just close down the danger, at least initially. For grabs, Alamein. There's a lot of space for them to operate in here if they can exploit it. Anastasopoulos, the goal scorer, was in an offside position.
Knew it was going a bit too well for them. Something had to stop them there.
But therein we do see the danger there, isn't it? Avondale getting numbers forward, committing to the attack to try to find the equaliser. That will leave space in behind that this speedy Alamein attack can exploit. Young brought it down central. Maybe just a bit of miscommunication there between him and her and Sydney Allen. Claridge had the ball get away from her, enabled Horton to claim it.
See, she was trying to find the release there on that pass for Horton again. take advantage of her speed.
Indeed, it really was Zoe Horton who, as she was able to get more into the game in that opening half, just Alamein looked increasingly dangerous and eventually got their goal.
Yeah, she just completely opened up the side for them on the right, allowing them their way in.
Saras whips the ball forward. Young can't bring it down. Does win it back for her side, however, the American. Miasa. Ball in behind for Sydney Allen. She's well marshalled by multiple Alamein defenders. Shadara and Shilton. Keller Knight goes down, winning the free kick for her side. Left-footed delivery to the top of the box. Allen couldn't rise to meet it and send it onward. Good use of the body there by Horton. Not allowing herself to be muscled off it by Miasa. Trainer, the only one there to meet it when it was sent to the top of the box. Avondale ball. Janet Saras. Kellen Knight. No teammates in the vicinity of that ball, so it will fall to Alamein. Shilton. Shinetsu Shadara back to Shilton. Miasa to Allen as Avondale look to break quickly. Miasa knocks it forward, but maybe Sloan Young coming back to the ball a little flat-footed and able to chase it down. Tyson sends it out to the left. Coppola sends it central. Samalaski can turn and face goal. Long range effort over the crossbar. But, when we're looking at this Alamein side, you look at that back four that they've got there. Leah Coppola, Shilton, Shadara, and the skipper Estelle Burgess. They were all at Alamein last season. They've got that continuity there, especially early in the season. That could be so important, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think it's definitely making a difference for Alamein because they all definitely know where their players are going to be. They know their plays very well, and it's doing very well for them to sort of shore up the back. But Beatty Goad has gotten away. She'll just manage to keep that ball in using all of her speed available. But unfortunately... Oh, no, luckily for her, the spill out comes back to Miato, who shoots straight into the keepers, waiting arms. And Alamein will get away with that one there.
And an actual shot on target, though, for the Avengers. Not something they've produced too many of in this game. A lot of maybe nibbling at the edges, but no real great big chunks taken out. Could augur something further. So going to come forward again. Beatty Goad tried to flick it around the corner. Gets the second ball out on the right flank. Allen tried the neat little turn. Just too many bodies around her. Runnels shields it from Miata. Brings it central. Switch of play is on. Horton does well to find Lasky. That's a good looking ball. It forced an important intervention from Georgia Trainer. Danger not clear. Turning on the Jets. Alamein down the left flank. And Nev Dustin just watches that one roll over the line and will leave it for her teammates. Allen for Beatty Goad. Early left-footed ball, offside though on Sloane Young. And maybe that miscommunication, Sloane Young, the late arrival. Just not on the same wavelength as her teammates just yet.
I mean, she's probably hardly on the same time zone, really, if she just got off the plane.
I wonder if she came via the Pacific or the Atlantic. Generally, in my experience, a bit easier to recover from the jet lag if you go over, well, the Atlantic route via the Middle East. It's a good ball in behind. Trying to chase it down was Somoleski. Dustin's ball just unable to be wrangled. But she's immediately counter-pressing and dragging down Kellen Knight. And winning the free kick for her side.
Yeah.
So, hustle rewarded.
That's also the first yellow card of the game there.
And it goes the way of the Matilda Centurion.
It does. You don't recall often seeing her doing that, usually. KK, a very clean player, but I guess when it's required.
Now you can see Brooke Bennett direct in traffic. She's got a 3-player wall to defend her near post. A horde of bodies await this delivery, and it goes smack bang into the defending wall. Not sure if we had a Falcon there. Anastasopoulos though. Have the ball come out to her on the left. Does well to retain possession. Top of the box, Tyson. Just have that one get away from her. And Avondale see off the threat.
Just needed to be a bit calmer there, but you can understand wanting to get the shot off as soon as you can. Probably had a tiny bit more time than she thought she did.
Because from what you've seen, albeit we will acknowledge there's plenty of time to go, but if Alamein were to get a second goal in the next few exchanges, as I'll let you brew and I'll call this play afterwards, but could you see Avondale getting 2 as Beatty Goad coming forward on the left? Tries to turn on the Jets. Can she keep it in? She can. It's going to spill out. Allen. Poked goalward. Blocked away. Desperate defending. Earns applause from the crowd as Alamein's lead survives intact. One of their better chances of the game. As Accardo looks to springboard them forward once more. Combining with Goad, the centre-backs come all the way up. Shadara will just escort that one over the line. But back to the question, if Alamein were to get a second, could you see Avondale getting the 2 to equalise, let alone the 3 to win?
Ooh, it's a very tough question. Because you can see how solid their defending is, Alamein, even when it is desperate. I don't know. I'd like to see them get 1 at least, just to keep things interesting.
There's Alamein trying to build out from the back, work their way through this Avondale press. Asia Claridge not allowed to just take liberties with the placement of the throw-in, forced back to where it went out. Smith, surrounded by multiple Alamein defenders who win the ball back. Lasky's going to give chase to that ball from Horton. Good challenge from Accardo. Yet to see the hosts go to their bench yet. They do have players warming up. Jordan Tom's Wedge, Matilda Lowry, Priya Archdeacon, Harriet Lowry and Ginger Kane, the outfielders available to coach John Kyrgios. Emma Hermanja, the under-20s keeper, is the backup today with Miranda Templeman and Kate Bean unavailable. Goad. Shakes clear of Shadara. Enables Avondale to go central. Smith gets the ball to Sloan Young. Clever flick around the corner from Allen, and that's going to be a foul, and it will be a yellow card. Dustin, probably a challenge that, well, she had to attempt, because otherwise the American would advance in on goal. And now, well, we saw a free kick in the first half, Em, that you were disappointed to see not sent on goal. Instead, Avondale were looking for a teammate, but you have to think
This has to go on goal.
this is prime shooting range for Sydney Allen or Elise Kellen-Knight. Sydney Allen presenting the right-footed option, Elise Kellen-Knight the left. You've got a 4-player wall for Alamein. Tyson's there as well. Beatty Goad getting in the road, but it's Kellen-Knight straight into the wall. A bit anticlimactic, really.
Very. But that's what a well-positioned wall gives you from your goalkeeper. A nice block.
Shilton will go all the way back to Cohen, who directs a bit of traffic before being forced to get rid of it maybe a bit earlier than she wanted to, because Beatty Goad was lurking. Sloan Young does very well to win the ball back, and then she's going to win a free kick just brought down from behind, and it's going to be a yellow card as well. So cautions in quick succession. Will stand over this one, and you might be able to hear the winds coming through the microphone. It is a fierce gale. Some of the flags maybe in the background as well. Janet Saris will have to account for that as she sends it in. Defensive header. Not a clearing one, but it takes the ball away from the goals. And then Horton just gets the challenge in before Kellen-Knight can collect. Kellen-Knight's throw in was sent in the direction of Goad. She's manoeuvred away from it, and then enthusiastically looking to chase the ball down, but can't do so before it goes out for a goal kick. Competitiveness has never been something that Beatty Goad has been lacking, has it?
No, not even a little bit.
But Avondale may be beginning to do a little bit better of a job of just locking the ball in Alamein's side of the pitch. As we can see behind the throw in there, some signs being held up by the crowd. There is a sign contest today at Alamein, and they're trying to give their fans something to cheer about here. That long range effort blocked away. Janet Saris will marshal it. Yes, bit of a sign contest. Vouchers. There's a $120 Rebel Sport voucher and a $60 Yochi voucher for the sign the players are judged to be the best. Almost got my crayons out when I heard that price.
Yeah, I mean, $60 at Yoshi, I would spend that so fast.
A few of them in there. I have a big
stop now.
It's got a maybe injury behind play. So Anastasopoulos, I think it is, out there on the left. Emma Ronalds providing some impromptu medical intervention. Thumbs up, she's good to go. Well, there is a sign over there saying no blood, no foul. So I wonder if Anastasopoulos was indeed maybe busted up a little bit there or not. But
I don't know how the referees would. I don't know whether they'd agree with that statement. But I appreciate it. It's good fun.
Several signs visible down there for the hosts. And they are currently cheering on their side. 1 goal to the good in this game against Avondale. As Shadara boots that one away. Ricardo gets in the road and heads it out for a throw-in. And, well, Avondale currently battling here, trying to get back into this one. Beatty Goat picks it out. Avondale trying to avoid something they haven't done a lot in their history. First fielded women's sides back in 2019 as Alamein come forward once more. That ball goes out for a goal kick. Well, so Avondale first fielded women's sides in 2019. Since then, they have lost just 5 league games.
That's very impressive.
So on their route through the pyramid, they've had multiple invincible seasons. 3 invincible seasons along the way. Their last loss came against Mill Park back in August of 2024.
Oh, they haven't lost in a very long while, but we'll see. That's not the time.
And from what I could gather, no player playing for Avondale today was part of that side that lost to Mill Park.
Oh, so these people have never lost.
Never lost wearing Avondale.
Ooh. They may want to do something about that then, if they want to continue that today.
It's staring down a 1-0 deficit in this one. Just the 6th ever league loss in program history. Goad. Oscar Miasa closed down in a flash. Great challenge. Follow-up pass not as good. Claridge. Goad. Miasa's in there as well. Nice little pass back to the former Matilda, trying to slide through Sydney Allen, but as they have done on so many occasions today, Alamein, this well-drilled defence, multiple players defending, using their bodies well and seeing off the danger. And then Shadara just anywhere but here. And we're going to get a substitution as well, are we? Yes, the first change of the game for Alamein. So Priya Archdeacon will be entering the fray in place of Analia Coppola. So a defensive change for Alamein as they try to defend this 1-0 lead. And I was about to say, have you noticed a rise in intensity from Avondale? Maybe that's something John Kyrgios has noticed and wants to get some fresh legs out there for his side.
Yeah, definitely. You can see they're really trying to push towards this equaliser and definitely trying to use a lot of this left side with Beatty Goat on it to try and make it happen. They're not going to make it happen like that, though.
No, as we see, Archdeacon goes straight into left back. So it's a like-for-like change by John Kyrgios, not one that will require any structural adjustments. Smith tried to play it first time for Sloane Young. Miasa giving chase. Won't get there, though, in front of Jess Shilton. Trainer forced to go backwards. Nobody waiting for that one, though. Runnels collects, trying to play through Horton. Claridge went down as she cleared it away. Play on was the call. It's going to be an Alamein throw-in on their attacking left flank. In front of the binoculars are telling me is an Alamein Angels sign. Another entrant to the competition. So we got Angels and Avengers out there, just to continue on with the A theme.
You've got to work with what you've got.
Long throw in. Horton was there to meet it, but her header glances wide of that left-hand post, and it remains a 1-0 game. Shadara. Horton was on the score sheet in last year's round 1. Her and Dustin scored in a win over the now defunct FV Academy side. Goad. That's going to get away from her and it's going to go in. The flag has come up though, so it was all for naught. I'm sure you'll remember him. Alamein actually started last season very, very well indeed. They won 5 of their first 7 games. They were top of the table.
Yeah, they were for a bit, yeah.
For a while. So they have shown they can start a new season well. Further evidence of that today, I guess.
Yep.
Kellen Knight attempting to turn it around the corner. Won the free kick. She's just pointing. I think she's just having a word there. Just the cheeky point at Emma Ruddle. She's been doing that all day, ref. Let's take it quickly. She's got a bit of space here, Kellen Knight. Her teammates, though, getting into positions for her, so she tried to force something to Goad, and it wasn't on. You can see Kellen Knight trying to just raise the tempo a little bit as well. There's your Claridge. Central to Goad. Kellen Knight making a run down the left. Great ball from Beatty Goad. Kellen Knight brings it back inside onto that right boot. Looks for Miasa. Digs the ball forward. Wanted Allen, but got the line and length all wrong. Ricardo and Janet Saras just combining to make sure that Lasky couldn't get on it. Niasa out to Goad. Seeing so much of the ball as of late is Beatty Goad, as you identified him. Seems to be the real strategy of Avondale as that ball is whipped in and there's no one there to meet it.
Yeah, they've been playing a lot going forward, Avondale, but they haven't been able to find anyone going forward. You could even see at one point just earlier with Kellen Knight, you could see her lift her hands up asking where anyone was. Ended up having to play a ball across, but go back to the action. No, it looked like Alamein was prepping to make a challenge there, but Avondale are still with the ball and they're again coming down this left side for Beatty Goad. Cuts back in. Falls apart though. We're back with Alamein.
So we see Horton get on the ball. And when you look at this Avondale side, we're seeing all this build-up. But I guess, do you think it just makes the absence of Madison Steiner, Carrera Aquino, Hannah Wilkinson more notable?
Yeah.
It's Alamein, almost.
Emma Runnels lifting that one up and over. And we're looking back to the bench for another substitution for the visitors.
Will be Alyssa Smith making way. Nova Yusel, the 18-year-old forward, signed from Bulleen. 10 goals in 17 games for the Lionesses under-20 side in 2025. So another one of these younger players that Avondale look to bring in during the off-season. We can see now maybe a bit of an adjustment for Avondale as well. Yusel has gone out to the right. Sloane Young is now playing the 9 positions that's emblazoned on her back. Sydney Allen dropping into more of a 10. Beatty Goad still out there on the left. She's applying the press now. Pincer-like movement, her and Young. Kept her head. Got it to her skipper. Horton can only send the ball as far as Janet Saras. Kellen Knight trying to just play the ball out to the newly introduced Yusel. Allen wins it for Avondale. Miasa, Yusel. Wanted Kellen Knight. Important header coming in from Tyson. Doesn't look like anybody's warming up or preparing to come on for Alamein. So John Kyrgios content with what he's seeing There's Anastasopoulos coming down the left, looking for teammates, closed down by Trainer. Would have been spectacular, but
Yep.
sailing well across the face of goal.
That was Emma Runnels again, I believe. She's popping up quite a bit in an attacking presence in the second half.
There's Allen getting on the ball and finding Miata. Alamein, they have made the one defensive change. Arch Deacon entering the fray. Coming on at left back for Leakopoulos. It's really on this defensive right flank for Alamein that they've been having to do a lot of work. They're just working against Beatty Goad, who wanted the ball back there, didn't get it. Cut a bit of a frustrated figure as the ball was sent out to Usel on the right. Who wins her side a throw in that's taken quickly. Kellen Knight from well out! Forces a save at the near post.
And that is what Kellen Knight brings to any football team at any level.
And here we go, we're going to see corner from the right now, so Kellen Knight to take. So players getting forward. Janet Cyrus has come in to the back of the penalty area with her arms up. Kellen Knight's delivery, not the best in her career.
Definitely not. She'll want to take that one again, and probably again, maybe again after that. Don't know if the
Interesting,
effect
frustrated yell.
picked that one up, but Shilton was not happy with her ball there.
Sloan Young, left-footed effort, shut down well at the near post by Cohen, who admittedly almost had that nightmare in the opening half, but since then has been, well, confident. Well, she's going to have to be confident in this. Here comes Sloan Young. Closed down from behind. Fair challenge. Horton wanted the ball played to her. Kellen Knight won it back. Tried to dink it forward for Beatty Goad. Runnels cleaned up from behind by Miata. That's a frustrated challenge from Aska Miata, isn't it?
Very much. I don't even know how she managed that, considering she's about half Runnels' size. Not interested in a hand up.
I love that from
She is now.
Love that from Dustin, just frantically yelling instructions, shifts into calm, 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 and then starts yelling again. Trying to steer her side to this 1-0, what is currently a 1-0 win over Avondale.
And they've conceded the corner here, Avondale. Ball took a final touch off the head, I believe, of Claridge. Miata made the effort in vain to try and pull it back, but the home side will have their corner.
Corner with just over 10 minutes of this game remaining, plus whatever added time we get. Not a lot of bodies forward for Alamein.
Not at all. Wonder if they're looking to play this short instead. Nope.
Ooh.
Very nice delivery. Very close to pulling that one in completely, but just skims out past the far post. And Avondale will get to reset through their keeper, Brooke Bennett, with the ball.
It does look like Alamein are going to make a couple of further changes now. See out these last 10 minutes. Look to join South Melbourne and the Essendon Royals on the winners list in this opening round.
Just had
we've got to
play
play it-
stop now.
Yeah,
for
play it
someone
down
who's
behind.
gone down.
So maybe a head injury.
Possibly.
It's gone down holding the back of her head.
It might be Shilton.
Well, it will serve as an impromptu drinks break, because you are right, Em. It is Shilton. Probably one of the last players that John Kyrgios wants to see going down. Her and Shadara have stepped up to be counted as their side defend this 1-0 lead. Of course, first game back in, well, not oppressive heat, still unimpeded sunlight as changes coming in. Matilda Lowry enters the fray for Dakota Tyson. And Harriet Lowry enters the fray in place of the goal scorer, Savannah Anastasopoulos. So the two Lowrys coming onto the park, entrusted with seeing this game out. Just over 10 or so minutes to go, and we'll see if that results in any sort of structural changes from John Kyrgios' side. Meanwhile, Shilton is back to her feet and has taken up position once again in the heart of the Alamein backline as that ball sent out to Miata from the drop ball. Kellen Knight on the turf for Sloane Young. Wanted Beattie Goad. There's a lot of bodies in the way. She couldn't find a way through them. Kellen Knight nodded on by Goad in the Miata direction. Couldn't change direction in time. Claridge, her header intended for Kellen Knight, picked out by Horton. Sydney Allen getting back. Well done by Ronalds to get the ball in the Lasky direction, who has worked ever so hard today, as Summer Lasky up top for Alamein. Her first game in Australia. Not down under, as mentioned, played in New Zealand, but first game in the Victorian women's top flight. Cries of delay coming in there from Olivia Cohen in the Alamein goals, and just Alamein wanting to get bodies behind the ball at this point, aren't they? Kellen Knight. Goad. Sloane Young made the run. Stelbu just got in the way. As your Claridge. Decent ball in, only as far as Shadara though. Archdeacon gets the ball to Harriet Lowry. And they won't retain possession, Alamein, but at this point, territory and time is just as valuable, isn't it?
Absolutely. Hence the calls of delay from earlier.
Sloane Young nipping in. First time ball from Allen. The foot race is on. Usul giving chase, but Olivia Cohen, good goalkeeping. Getting out, claiming the ball back.
Not the right ball there, unfortunately. Alamein turn it straight back over to Avondale, and they're going back down this left side once again. Beattie Goad. Burgess does very well, as she has been doing most of this half.
She's had a top game, hasn't she?
To keep Beattie Goad at bay.
So that ball has gone out. And the referees, with their radios in, communicating. So Burgess will throw this one in for Alamein. You can see Avondale erecting a cordon surrounding it. Going to challenge her to go over the top of it, which she does. Gained a bit of territory, if nothing else. Kellen Knight.
Not too sure where she was going with that ball there, Kellen Knight.
Niasa, aware, picks it up. Kellen Knight scans. There's all the time in the world to scan and then dig the ball forward for Sloane Young. That's a good ball. Shadara, the back of Young. Beatty Goad is in a bit of space. Beatty Goad went for goal, and then the follow-up from Usil. Deflected away. Olivia Cohen doing her bit to ensure that her side will leave today with 3 points.
They've done very well defensively all game, Alamein, and they've been rewarded for their efforts here with a goal kick that will be taken by their defensive line.
Shadara. I've seen her take some goal kicks last season as well. Does have a big booming right boot on her as she demonstrates. Janet Saras gets bundled over. Play on is the call. Lasky keeps it along the turf for Runnels. Looks for Horton. Takes a touch off Accardo, and it's going to be an Alamein throw. So real approaching the real last chance saloon areas for Avondale as they come forward once again. But Shilton clears it away yet again.
And the flag's up, unfortunately, against Lasky. Avondale moving very quick to restart this, given there's
just about 87 minutes gone in this game.
not long at all.
So, at this point, Avondale searching for an equalising goal, if nothing else. Cody's through, but she's offside. Disciplined defensive line of Alamein catches out Avondale once more. They've sprung that trap on a number of occasions today. And Avondale staring down the barrel of, as we mentioned, just the 6th ever league defeat in their history. They've lost in cups, of course, and the like, but generally in the league, in the regular season, they've been largely imperious. And then again, they've never played in the Victorian women's top flight until this year. Alamein looking to spoil their welcome. Ball comes in, a second would surely kill this game off, but it's not going to arrive. Brooke Bennett gets the ball to Beatty Goad. Burgess has gone with her. That's going to leave space in behind, but Asia Claridge had to wait for that ball to arrive. Asia Claridge to Miata. Wins her side a throw in right in front of our broadcast position. Janet Saras, good awareness. Ball sent forward, it will fall to Kellen Knight, who just plays the ball, trying to play it into the path of Usil.
It's a bit too heavy on the touch there from KK.
And again, an opportunity for Shidara to put her boot through this. Alamein have been so well organised and resolute throughout this second stanza. And they are just minutes away from their rewards. You can see the 4th official preparing to signal how much added time we will have here. As the skipper hurls it in. Archdeacon. Look at the Lowry. Sydney Allen uses the body well, carrying it forward. Look for Beatty Goad. Can she keep it in? Yes. Heavy touch. Kellen Knight gives chase, and it's going to be a throw-in. Kellen Knight dinks it up. Ooh. And again, claimed by Alamein. I think Cohen's lost a shin guard there as she booted that ball forward. It's going to result in a stoppage of play as well. We've got a substitution coming in from Alamein. And it's Jordan Tom's wedge who is going to enter the fray in place of Zoe Horton,
who was trying to make her exit all the way across, but was directed by the referee to come off here on this side near us. And we'll be having 4 minutes of time added on
4
in this
minutes.
game.
240 seconds for Avondale to find an equaliser to avoid a 6th defeat in their league history. 240 seconds for Alamein to see out and secure an opening day win. Goad. Sloan Young. Seen away by Burgess. Just look at the numbers now in and around the box, both wearing navy blue and white. Everybody is on the scene for these two sides. Goad to Kellen Knight. Ball in towards the near post. Too close to Cohen, who falls upon it before Miasta can arrive.
And there's the referee counting down, because we've had an implementation of a new rule where keepers have to dispose of the ball within 8 seconds, I believe.
8 seconds.
Otherwise, a corner is awarded to the opposition. Beatty Goad in again. Blocked by Burgess the first time, but she gets away. They've done well by Shadara to shepherd that one out. But now Burgess.
Was that a forehead kisses for a job well done?
Let's hope, because she's staying down for a while. Burgess, she's had a very, very good game.
She's run herself into the ground, hasn't
Yes.
she, chasing Beatty Goad around.
You've got no other choice against her, really.
She's done her job, because she's currently skippering the side with a 1-0 lead. Shadara clears it away. Goad sends it back to Claridge. Back to the winger. Kellen Knight, nice little dummy. Ball in central. Is this the moment for Avondale? No, once again, just bodies getting around Sloan Young, denying her a teammate. Goad. Kellen Knight, can she pick out someone wearing white? Goes towards the far post, too much mustard on it. And Avondale will keep it alive on this right flank now. We haven't seen them much on that side of the park in this second stanza.
Not at all. Alamein have done well to win themselves the throw-in. Shilton will launch that. Looking for the head of Runnels, finds it, but she immediately directs the ball back out. And Avondale will restart.
Is that a foul throw? It's Avondale. Alamein were appealing for a foul throw. Sydney Allen. Could the former Alamein player come back to haunt her ex-side? It's spilled out, but the effort was very wayward. In fact, it's not even crossed the goal line for a goal kick. It's going to be a throw-in. Probably actually the best outcome for Avondale if you're not going to get it on target. Seconds continuing to tick away. Archdeacon helping to spur forth an important clearance. Lasky. You'd have to think Avondale aren't going to get too many more chances, if any.
No. considering the referee has now pulled back for a free kick for Alamein.
Something behind play. It's just hoofed away.
And that was the final action of the game.
Full time. Olivia Cohen is doing handstands in the Alamein goal because her side has seen out a 1-0 lead and taken all 3 points in this one. Look at them. Get around her. The young goalkeeper, there was a crisis in the goalkeeping ranks for Alamein coming into this one. Miranda Templeman unavailable, Kate Bean unavailable, up steps Olivia Cohen, making a series of clutch saves in the second half as Alamein take 3 points to start the season against newly promoted Avondale. Just the 6th league loss in the history of this Avondale program, and it comes on the opening day of the 2026 Senol NPL Women's Victoria competition. And while a lot of the stats will come out favouring Avondale at the end of this one, shots, possession, but Alamein, well, they certainly defended resolutely and well enough to earn this, and they earned it, didn't they?
They absolutely did. You can win all the stats that you want on the board, but if you aren't scoring the goals, you're not winning the games.
Indeed. Fantastic keeping from Cohen, and of course Shadara and Shilton as well, who were just in the back line. Leocopolis, Archdeacon when she came on. The continuity, the familiarity, just the organised Alamein defence did their best to frustrate what is a high-powered Avondale side. Admittedly, one that will get more high-powered as the season goes on, but fantastic win from John Kyrgios' side, who will assemble now on the middle of the park. The juniors are running. The running of the Litleys to celebrate. Because here at Dorothy West Labour Reserve, it is Alamein, thanks to a goal on the stroke of half-time from Savannah Anastasopoulos, that have claimed the 3 points in this one over Avondale. My name has been Joey Lynch. Thank you ever so much for your company today on the NPL Victoria YouTube page. Reminder, you can catch every game of the 2026 Senol NPL Women's Victoria season, every game of the 2026 Senol Men's Victoria season, plus select fixtures from across the Pyramid, Australia Cup, Doherty Cup action as well. I've been joined today by Emma Burke. Emma, any final thoughts?
Just a great game. Cannot wait to see what the rest of this season has for us, if this is what we're treated to in round one.
Indeed, so say we all. The longest season in a number of years in the NPL Women's Victoria campaign. It's off to a good start. They get the posters out for the judging as well. Who's going to get the voucher? Another big question to be answered. But that's all we have time for today. Thank you ever so much for your company. We'll see you on the next broadcast. Thanks and success.